Hey, Tiger Rock Lawrenceville, Senior Master Mostiller here with Tactical Online Lesson number 9. Starting with Tiger Cubs, you have 4 things to work on this week. You have 2 blocks, you have 1 safety skill, and 1 kick to work on. The 2 blocks you should be working this week, we're doing an outer forearm block. We cross our arms. It's actually going to cross on the top. We'll talk about that this week. We're going to cross our arms and outer forearm block this way. Also, the high block coming here, straight up and turning right at the end. Those are your 2 blocks. In addition, you have your side kick to work on, making sure that the foot you're standing on is pivoted, making sure those toes are pulled back. Remember, go to our Google Classroom, check out the details on that block and on those blocks and on that kick as well. Then on top of that, you have your special fall, your break fall. Remember, rolling back, make sure that only your back touches, your hands hit. As your back touches, you don't catch yourself with your hands, nor do you catch yourself with your elbows, nor do you let your head or neck hit. Make sure you practice those things this week, Tiger Cubs. White belts, yellow belts. This week we are working on our combination blueprint extensions. I want you to work, exceptions. I want you to work on 3 things. Number 1 is I want you working on 2-step forward, outer forearm block, palm heel, and 2 steps back. So double step, outer forearm block, palm heel, double step back. The next thing I want you to work on is going to be a 2-step in, same concept on that, but 2-step in, outside block, back fist punch, and 2 steps back. 2 steps in, outside block, back fist punch, and 2 steps back. The last thing is I want you starting spin crescents. So you can go on the Google Classroom to look up some of the details on the spin crescents as well, but as you turn, upper body stays straight and turns furthest, so legs, basically feet, stay in place. You kind of come up on your toes and turn your heels and then bring your crescent kick around. When you get used to that, get that full spin crescent, full speed. In addition, make sure white belts, yellow belts, you know your full Hoam form. If you're yellow belt, your full seed form as well. Plus make sure that you know all 3 of your 1 steps. That'll be what you're working on this week. Green belts, blue belts. This week, first things first, make sure you know all your 1 steps. Make sure you know all of your legacy form and all of your Hoam form, including the changes this week. Now, on top of that, I want you to work 3 spin kicks, spin crescent, spin side, and spin hook. We'll be putting those together this week, so make sure that you're practicing that. And then I want you to work on double stepping forward, block counter, 2 steps back. Different block counters, different ones, and even if you want to add a follow, that's fine. But practice that 2 steps forward in, 2 steps back concept with that block counter. That'll be what the green and blue belts are focused on this week. Brown belts through black belts. First things first, you should know all of Hoam form, all of your 1 steps. If you are brown belt and above, make sure you know flow drill number 1, and you'll be learning flow drill number 2 this week, so focus on that as well. Then you should also know all of your legacy form. This week, if you are a black belt, you'll be focused on the final section of your legacy form. But brown and red belts, you should know all of your legacy form at this point. Now, beyond that, we're going to work on some different things. I want you to work on spins first, spin crescents, spin sides, and spin hooks this week. In addition, I want you to work on a combination movement forward. I want you to step in, outer forearm block, palm heel, hook punch, spin crescent, and step back. Stepping in again, outside block, back fist, elbow, ridge hand, spin hook. So those 2 combinations I want you working this week 10 times on each side. That's what brown through black belts can work on at home this week. See you soon on the mats.